videos and I'll share them with us.
A lot.
And if you have anything more, you send it.
I got the Park Rangers coming the week to this.
Yeah, I know you're all over.
What do we have to do to get this situation?
Yeah, well, we're working on it. First thing here, I'll give you a call.
Curtis, I got some inside information. The Roosevelt Hotel is raking in billions of dollars from, it's owned by Afghanistan. They could be funding terrorist organizations. This whole thing is a threat to national security.
Curtis knows it. Hey, Curtis, I love you.
Yes.
You're back in front of Creedmoor tonight. What's your thoughts on the turnout of this protest? And, you got arrested tonight. What happened?
No, not every protest leads to civil disobedience, but there's more coming. But tonight was a night for the mothers, grandmothers. Obviously, it's too late for the children and grandchildren to be here. But we're going to use the same tactic that we've used in Staten Island that has brought it to a stalemate there. And that is, you surround the area with the mothers and grandmothers. Cops are not going to arrest them. The young men will realize that you don't want to be in the presence of the grandmothers and mothers. There's no reason for them to be in this park. This is the park for the children. They should hang out in Creedmoor if they're going to hang out. It's 400 acres. I've been all throughout Creedmoor. It's a much better place to hang out, trust me, than this park here with the traffic going by. But naturally, they want to be out here because here you can find people who sell you weed. You go to the store, you get cerveza, you get high. If you came to America to do that, you could have done that in your country of origin. You didn't have to come to America to do that.
Okay, so what happened tonight? What did you do besides speaking?
Well, we came up with another plan. In addition to mobilizing the mothers and the grandmothers, we're going to be patrolling the area to help the cops. They're spread too thin, 105th Precinct. Guardian Angels, this is what we do, and we're going to organize some citizen patrols just to make sure everybody is safe and secure, including the migrants. As I told the crowd, do not harm one hair on their head. They are political pawns. They came because it was too good to pass up, but don't ever harm them. Tell them to go back to Manhattan, of course, because in Manhattan they get all the amenities. There's hotels, 3 squares, they have access to mass transit, and there are no protests in Manhattan, but there are protests in Queens, Brooklyn, and Staten Island. So travel the path of least resistance. If you're going to stay here, go get yourself a hotel room in Manhattan. It's on us, the taxpayers.
Okay. Did you learn anything new in your second visit to Creedmoor or third visit here? Did you learn anything new from the residents?
Yeah, well, number one, we learned from the politicians at Eric Adams and Kathy Hochul. She gave permission to use this for a tent, and the migrants, Eric Adams signed off on it. Neither have visited this facility, which really is outrageous. We're in a crisis. The mayor was just a few miles away cutting a ribbon to begin the annual Queens County Fair. He could have stopped by here. He could have taken a trip through, see how things are going. He was too busy heading off to a fashion show in Manhattan because it's Fashion Week. So we're going to give him an opportunity in 2 years to become the deputy mayor of nighttime activities and fashion shows, because I'll be the mayor. He's not doing the job. He has abandoned ship.
So, as you know, earlier this week, the mayor did give comments at a town hall-style event in Manhattan that the situation, if it goes unabated, could lead to a crisis that could break New York City. What's your thoughts on comments on that, him?
What are you going to do about it? We told you that a year ago when you want mano, mano, macho, macho with Governor Abbott. And instead of heeding his call to come down to the border, see with his own eyes, he had never been to the border before, see with his own eyes what Texas is dealing with at Juarez and El Paso, at Eagle Pass, at Nuevo Laredo, the cross into Laredo. But the mayor said, no, you're a racist, we're a sanctuary city. Well, guess what? There's no law that says we're a sanctuary city or a sanctuary state. It's by proclamation. Tomorrow the mayor can say, we're no longer a sanctuary city. And there there are no consequences to that, other than the fact that somebody like Abbott will realize, oh, okay, there are other sanctuary cities I can send the illegal aliens who cross the border from Mexico into Texas too. If he was shrewd, if he was smart, that's what he would do. But his pride won't permit him. In the meantime, he tells us we're going to be devastated by this. So you're the captain of the ship. It's like being the captain of the Titanic. You see the iceberg ahead of you, and you say, don't turn right, don't turn left, don't do what he typically says, pivot and shift, or I say flip-flop, full speed ahead. This is madness.
You have anything else you want to say, Curtis?
Yeah, just as you could see, the activity, the spirit of the people of East Queens is there. You talk about diversity. I mean, this is the most diverse population in the city. People come from all different parts of the globe. They have one thing in common, though, first generation. They all had to wait online. Many of them had to wait many years. Many of them still have friends and relatives who are still online in their country of origin, and it may be many years before they can get in here legally. We are in favor of legal immigration, not what is happening now, illegal immigration.
Okay, any other planned events this weekend?
Oh yeah, the plan of action, I've been very transparent, unlike the politicians. There will come a day of action in which 18-wheel tractor trailer drivers, their rigs, independent truckers, will block off the entrances to New York City. They will park parallel to the main thoroughfares, take their keys and walk away. They're willing to sacrifice their livelihood, their rig, in order to drive home the point. Politicians better take that seriously. Well, I can't tell you when it's going to happen, because the way it happens is it's organic. You go as a guerrilla movement. You block the Goethals Bridge. You block the George Washington Bridge. You block the Lincoln Tunnel. But if I were to give you the game plan, they'll be waiting.
Okay. All right, can you spell your name?
Curtis, C-U-R-T-I-S. Last name, S as in Sam, L as in Larry, I as in it, W as in Walter, A as in Albert, leader of the Guardian Angels, and mayoral candidate again to take on Eric Adams in 2025.
All right, thanks, Curtis. Is this your first or second protest you have attended?
This is my 9th protest.
As a resident of Queens Village, have you seen like any sort of like changes as a result?
Not at all. Not at all. No changes. What I see is no children in the park anymore. We used to have children going in the park on the swings. There are no children anymore because they're afraid with all the migrants sitting in the front, and some of them go into the park. I'm crazy.
Have you seen any migrants coming into your area, your house, or
I see them walking all over it, and I live way up further, and I see them, yes.
and you're saying
This is Prowler Field baseball field that's over here. And I understand they don't have any sign-ups yet for the fall because the parents are afraid to bring their children here because we don't know who these men are.
Do you have anything else you want to say, ma'am?
No, I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Can you spell your name?
Yolanda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You got my number.
Walk all the way over there and back, but we're good right now. What the hell? Wait.
Just keep your sign until you talk where you gotta go.
I wasn't screaming at you.
I do this, okay? I'm not just doing this on Instagram.
I wanted to see.
Hey, what news are cover for you from? Informants, I mean, come on.
Wow. What? They're what?
Sidewalk, you got to move to the side.
Go on the grass.
Okay, then do it.
Get the fuck out.
And they tell us
Get outta
that's
here.
government property, so the pot smoking
Well,
over
don't
there
block the
can't-
side. War hero for World War II, I want him to fuck out. Why should we pay for them? Come here legally or don't come here at all? Do you know there are drug cartels in the mix?
I got videos.
How about traffickers? How about drug dealers? I happen to know there's a certain hotel where they found guns in the room, all right?
Roosevelt
Do you
Hotel.
like that?
Children.
Obviously you do, because you're not saying a word. Now get out of my face.
I'm just doing observational documentary. I'm not saying one
That's
to the
how I
other.
feel.
Be proud.
Well, to be honest with you, Kenny, to draw attention to it, which has been done like we did in Staten Island. Coney Island did a great job. They got the men out of the gym in the school.
Right. No, but my thing is,
But other
we
than
go in there
that,
tomorrow,
people
when
need
Mom
to take
goes
it a step
snap, and we
higher.
go get it.
They need legal
And when they say,
recourse.
well,
They need to hound the
I want
mayor's
to come
office,
do
even
it.
though he
Well,
doesn't
I
care
wanna see what-
if 50
I don't
million are
have
on the
to
street.
do it.
He's a liar. He could have turned the buses around. But then he goes, oh, I'd be breaking the law. No, you wouldn't. But then he goes, oh, well, I would lose federal funding. So what? New Yorkers are great people. We would be saving billions of dollars if we sent them back. We wouldn't need federal funds, or we would find a way to raise it like Florida did.
No, like, I'm gonna go in there.
We need legal recourse. We need to take it to the courts. Standing on the street is not the sole thing to do. We need a plan. We got crime.
Sir.
We got tons of crime. These
Oh, look, he's
officers.
wearing a COVID-19 vaccine shirt. Right on. Yeah, there you. It's coming. There's a worse one.
And where the
Election
fuck are
one.
you from? Get out.
God, I love you.
Yeah, I love me too. I don't. You get the fuck out. You know, I don't like talking that way. But if these were people who were hungry and starving and beaten, which none of them get off the bus looking underfed. I have filmed gold jewelry. They have, a lot of them have their own fancy phones that we haven't given them.
No, I'm just saying.
And I got to translate to interview one of them. You know what he said? I said, why are you here? What did you do, sir, in your country? He was a lawyer. I said, a lawyer? It couldn't have been too bad in your country. You know?
Where's he from?
Nicaragua. Now, I know that they don't get paid what an American lawyer would get paid. Who knows what kind of firm it was? Who knows what kind of law? I know it's different. But if you're a lawyer, life can't be too tough for you. No matter where you are, get out. I mean,
Do you think that's going to help the situation if you just like talk to them? Like, the situation?
no, I don't. But you know what? They need to know that they're not welcome here. And you know what? We still have laws in this country. We have laws. And if Tom Homan gets back in, I love him, they're going to get rounded up and sent back. But we need Trump back into office to do it. We got crime to beat the band. Murders, robberies, rapes, subways are dangerous. And yet these officers are stuck out here, standing here with these scums. I can't. My father was a war hero. My father would cry when he heard the national anthem. All 6'2" of him. All 6'2". At 16, he stormed the beach of Normandy. Do you think I'm going to sit back and not let my voice heard? Kenny, it hurts.
What are you afraid they're going to like destroy the country? Or
What?
What is it you're most afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything, but I know that communism is coming. Do you think that Biden is doing this because he loves these motherfuckers? No. It's all for cheap labor and a vote. The blue vote. And if people don't get it, they better wake up, because that's coming. And there will be no law and order. California wants to hire these illegals for cops. What's that tell you? You think one of these motherfuckers is going to arrest an American? I don't think so. Not me. If I see one New Yorker hurt by these scumbags, I will go to jail.
What's your thoughts on Eric Adams' recent comments at a town hall event in Manhattan about if this crisis could potentially destroy New York City?
What, sweetie? I didn't hear you, honey. I'm
What's
sorry.
your thoughts on Eric Adams' recent comments about him saying that this crisis could destroy New York City?
Well, it is already. It is going to destroy us. We don't have any room. Beautiful buildings are being given to them. Hotel industry is hurting. Well, I mean, they take out a contract with the city, like the Roosevelt in April renewed a contract for 3 years for $350 million. Now, what's that tell you? Why a 3-year contract? That means that this is unsustainable, and there'll be no end in sight unless we have a change of administration. We're screwed. We're screwed. And he's allowing it to be ruined. That mayor, look, when you become a mayor, you take an oath. And the oath is very involved. I forget what you call it. But a part of it is to protect your citizens of New York City. What he's doing and allowing is not protecting us. He needs to be removed. Our city is ruined, guys. It's ruined. And it's going to be a lot worse. What are we going to do? Is it going to take New Yorkers to be killed? I don't think so. You need to stand up and you need to document the truth. I was on an hour show as a special guest recently, showing my work. They were down in with General Flynn, Roger Stone is involved. They couldn't believe how bad it is here in New York because mainstream media didn't show it. I'm worried for New York. I'm worried for our country. I'm not a hater. Listen, let me leave you with a story. Many years after 9/11, I met a Mexican. He was illegal. Somehow we were able to converse. He didn't know English very well. And he started to cry, and I said, "Why are you crying?" "Overworked and underpaid." I said, "Well, you got to get legal so you can get the proper way." He was afraid. You know what he did? He was here when 9/11 happened. That Mexican ran from the village to 9/11 to help we the American people. That's somebody I want here. I wish he would get legal. I don't know if he did. He was scared. But those are the type of people, quality people, who are here that know our Constitution, abide by our laws, and respect we the American people. We want them here. We don't want this when they're walking by and laughing, all grown men, giving us the finger and throwing stuff at us. This is our home and our country. We have the final say. And if this mayor is going to continue, and you know that he is, you people need to get the action rolling to get him the hell out, and now. Let him know that we're not going to sit back and take his bullshit.
Thank you for your time. Thank you very much, man.
You're very welcome, and I'm sorry I barked.
We're set up over here.
Get me here.
Oh, wait a minute.
If you want me to get legal over here, you can talk.
She's not doing anything.
No, we're allowed
You want us to go in
No,
here?
officer, with all due respect, and I don't have this on you because I respect my NYC. Now you're telling just we
People I know. Where did those guys happen? So what are they talking about?
I do have to say this is a school zone. It's a school zone.
There's so much. There's 400 acres. So much there. They could be walking around.
I'm very negative. I think voters in New York.
Where are you from anyway?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sorry, it's not my face. It's your.
If you get that, I want to see it. If you get
I want to show you.
get out. You walk like you own this country. You don't fucking belong here.
Maham, nice to meet you. Are you from Algeria, you said, right? Mauritania. Mauritania. Understand, no problem. Cool. How are you feeling like being here?
Yes. You gotta go. No. Go inside. Bye-bye.
All right, you have a good night.
You're not blocking the sidewalk, that's the thing.
No, they told us before we couldn't block the street.
We're not blocking nothing.
But we can't.
Stops here because I want to know, like, literally how many are here protected.
I was just staring at her eyes, man.
She's a reporter.
Oh, Canada. I remember. Canada. 4 people.